Welcome back to DinoWorld, your totally non-AI run source for videos about dinosaurs and other prehistoric life. Today's video is an opinion video, so let's jump right into it. Today we're talking about the most recent Jurassic World movie, Fallen Kingdom. I personally enjoyed this film, but it's definitely not as good as the original Jurassic Park. I'm going to talk about some of the things that I liked and didn't like about this movie. And then I'll get into the main topic of my video: how Fallen Kingdom is a metaphor for climate change. I'm sure you're all familiar with the plot of Fallen Kingdom by now, so I won't go into too much detail here. Basically, a volcano on Isla Nublar is about to erupt and destroy everything on the island. So Claire Dearing wants to save as many dinosaurs as she can by taking them to a sanctuary on Isla Sorna, the island from the Lost World. She enlists the help of Owen Grady and his raptors to help her rescue these animals before they get killed in the eruption. Meanwhile, evil rich guy Eli Mills wants to weaponize dinosaurs for military purposes. Okay, now let's get into what I liked and didn't like about this movie. First off, let's talk about what I liked. As I said before, I really enjoyed this movie. It was fun and exciting. There were a lot of cool dinosaurs in it. The whole plot was pretty interesting. And there were some pretty funny moments in it too. However, now let's talk about what I didn't like about this movie. First off, I don't know if you've heard this or not, but there are spoilers for Jurassic Park 3 ahead. So if you haven't seen JP3 yet or don't want anything spoiled for you, you've been warned. Okay, in Jurassic Park 3, which takes place after JP2, John Hammond dies at the hands of his own creation, a genetically engineered super-dinosaur called the Spinosaurus. This death was very sad and emotional for me when I first saw it in theaters back in 2001. When I was only 8 years old. However, in Fallen Kingdom, John Hammond returns from the dead. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. He shows up at the end of this film and helps Claire escape from Isla Sorna with all of her dinosaurs. Now, I know that he's supposed to be a clone or something like that. But still, it just felt wrong to me. It felt like they were disrespecting John Hammond's memory by bringing him back from the dead like that. It just felt cheap and unnecessary. Exclamation mark. Also, the fact that they brought him back from the dead made absolutely no sense to me because we never see him die in Jurassic Park 3. In fact, we never even see him die in any other film either. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. He just disappears after JP3. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. So why did they bring him back? What purpose did it serve? Why couldn't they have just left him dead? That would have been fine with me. But no, they had to bring him back from beyond the grave. Exclamation mark. And speaking of things that made no sense, what happened between Owen Grady and Claire Dearing? They were together at the end of Jurassic World, and even kissed. But then in Fallen Kingdom they act like they don't even know each other anymore. And why did Claire want to take all these dinosaurs off Isla Nublar anyway? Why couldn't she have just left them alone? They seemed perfectly happy where they were. Exclamation mark. But no. She had to go ruin their lives by taking them away from their home. Exclamation mark. And speaking of things that ruined lives, what happened between Maisie Lockwood, the little girl who befriended Blue, and Blue? At the end of Jurassic World, Blue went off with Maisie because she wanted to be free instead of living her life locked up in a cage. However, at the beginning of Fallen Kingdom, Blue is being kept locked up again because she has become too dangerous due